I guess you could call the story the glamorous life of pro audio sales, because from the outside, it looks really glamorous. Yeah, you're dealing with celebrities, and yeah, they got big fancy cars, and you go to their big fancy houses and big fancy studios, and you're rubbing shoulders with all these guys, but they don't see the other side of, the constant pressure on you, the constant uh, having to be available to make sure everything's okay, the networking, starting off getting paid with peanuts at the very beginning. So I've had more than a few people, notice, see me in my office and see a celebrity walking in and out. Go, yeah, I want to do what you're doing. And I go, it's not so easy. And I go, no. I think I can do that. And I go, all right, well, get a job and work your way up. And if there's any advice I can give you, that would be great. I'm here to help you any way I can. And I've always tried to help people if they want to do it. But I really advise against it because what they do is they see me after years and years of work and what I've accomplished. They don't see me at the very beginning making $200 a week and making just no money and just barely making enough to eat to get by. So, but kind of the one part of the story, I had one guy and he had like a corporate job and he was doing very well from what I understand, but he saw what I was doing and I want to do what you're doing. I go, all right. And he says, I got a bunch of questions and I go, that's fine. And he said, can I take you out to lunch? And I said, sure, let's go out to lunch. And, we went out to lunch and he met me there. I remember that he wanted to meet me at this place on a certain day. And I met with him and he had this clipboard and he's asking me all these questions. And he says, all right, well, I'm going to quit my job tomorrow and I'm going to get into doing what you're doing. And, things should be fine. And I go, wait, you shouldn't do that. And he says, why not? I said, well, you got an established job and you get your insurance, your family depends on you. And this is a guy with a family. I go, this is not an easy and a guaranteed kind of way of making a living. I've been okay, doing pretty good, but it's just a huge amount of work. And I did it, my younger days. I don't know if I would recommend somebody doing this as they're older or they're established in something else. And he kept on saying, but it's so great. And I go, it's not so easy. And it is a lot of work. And granted, maybe you'll put the work into it, but there's no guarantee. And if you have a family depending on it. So it made the conversation really hard for me, but I basically had to tell him, don't do this. Don't quit your job to do what I'm doing because it's going to be a bad decision. And do what you can with the pro audio as a hobby or ask me questions or, get involved that way, but do it slowly. Don't quit a successful job just to get into this. And he was really, I could tell it really, not bothered him, but it really depressed him when I said all this, but I had to be realistic with him. And I had to tell him the truth. And, he took my advice. I never saw him after that, but I'm hopeful that he's doing fine. But like I said, I've had more than a few people asking how do they do what I do. But it's kind of like seeing somebody super successful at what they're doing and go, I want to do what you're doing. How do I do it? And well, if you explain to them all the work that's done, it's not super. You're not the overnight success. You're the 25-year overnight success. So there's my story. Okay.